And there we are with probably my favorite scene from On A Meathook. This movie here, not as rare as some of the other two, are obscure or whatever you want to call it. It is on DVD, but the last two reviews I did, I kind of shit on the movie, so I figured I would do one where I was actually recommending the movie or saying it was a good movie. Now, On A Meathook deals with or is based on Ed Gein, the serial killer, which some of the greatest horror movies ever made are based on. You got the first one, Psycho, the first one I'm aware of. You know, Norman Bates was based on Ed Gein. That was obviously a highly successful movie. And then the next most famous movie would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Leatherface character was based on Ed Gein, and as far as Ed Gein goes, at least the house from Chainsaw Massacre was pretty accurate. But the most accurate Ed Gein movie, I would say, would be Deranged, which that's also on DVD, but that's a really great movie by the guys who made Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. They made Death Dream, Black Christmas, and then Bob Clark even went on to do the famous Christmas Story movie. There's some movies later on, Silence of the Lambs, The Killer Buffalo Bill was based on Ed Gein, and Ed Gein's everywhere in pop culture. I mean, Slayer's done a song about him. I mean, he's just, the Cramps have done a song about him. He's everywhere. This, I'd say, is movie-wise, is probably the least known of the Ed Gein inspired movies, and this movie actually predates Chainsaw Massacre by 1 year. This is the DVD cover. I commented on this in another video, just the crappiness of the cover. I mean, if you can see, it's just a screenshot. No real special features, but you know, at least it's on DVD. The film is pretty grainy, pretty low budget, but like Chainsaw Massacre, that's what gives it its good feel. It just looks kind of almost like a documentary. Basically, it's about these girls who go on a trip, some boating trip, and they run out of gas, or they're, you know, estranged or whatever, you know, the normal story. You go into the country and, you know, that type of thing, and this guy picks them up, this young guy, and lets them stay somewhere. I mean, it's a little dated. Obviously, these days, you know, no girls would do that or go with just some guy they just met, but this is before cell phones and all that kind of stuff, so it's a little believable. You know, when they get there, his dad freaks out and is like, you know what happens when you get around girls and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, you wonder what he's talking about. And they show something from the past, and basically, you know, girls have been killed there before. You never see who's directly doing it, but, you know, the dad blames it on the kid, and the kid seems to believe that he's doing this. I don't want to give anything else away about the movie. But, you know, there is a surprise twist ending that I thought was pretty good. I mean, all in all, I do recommend this movie. I own it. If you're a fan of the Ed Gein inspired movies or Chainsaw Massacre or anything else, you should definitely check it out. And, you know, I'd recommend even owning it. I think you can get it on eBay now for like 15 bucks. You know, obviously the title is really good, and as you can see right here, it lives up to its title. I mean, I don't think I'm giving anything away since it's on the cover. You know, there actually is On A Meathook, and I think that's where it's really inspired by Ed Gein. You know, the whole shed with people hanging on hooks or whatever, even though he didn't, you know, they were hanging, Ed Gein's one victim was hanging the other way. But either way, that's really where the Ed Gein influence is. Like I said, if you really want to see, I'd say the most accurate movie is Deranged. There are even some newer movies called Ed Gein, but I don't recommend those. Neither one of the ones I saw were very good. The difference here is the kid's living with his father in this one. But all in all, a good 70s, I don't know if I'd go as far, you may call it a slasher. But either way, the kill I showed, there's a couple other good kills, and then the end, and even the twist ending's good. So I think it's a well done movie, and worth for any of your horror collection. Here's the back. Once again, more, I don't even know how much you can see, but they're just more screenshots, you know, taken directly from the film. You know, you look back at the 80s and they did much better cover art for this. I've seen this in 3 different covers. You know, there's one where the most rare cover, there's like 2 girls, you know, in bikinis, that, you know, it's clearly those pictures were taken in the 80s. Those girls aren't even in that movie. And then there's another one where there was art done, the most famous one, I'd say. You know, they're blood splattered and there's a hook hanging in front of them, and it was artistic, but once again the girls had 80s style haircuts, you know, and this is clearly a 70s movie. But either way, wanted to review this one, like I said, so I'm not just shitting on these movies. I mean, this is one I'd recommend, and, you know, not as obscure. It is available on DVD, but I just don't think it gets, you know, the recognition sometimes that I think it get a little more recognition. And this is one of the few movies that I was looking to actually recommend that were more rare, that didn't actually have a review already on YouTube. So